Farmhand, Part 1, The Arrival of Ethan. When my parents told me they'd be leaving the farm in my care for the whole summer, I wasn't exactly thrilled. Sure, I'd grown up here, knew how to run the chores, but doing it all alone? Morning milking, hauling hay bales, fixing fences, keeping the place from falling apart? That wasn't just a job, it was a full-body sentence. So I did what any barely capable young adult with access to Wi-Fi would do. I posted a job listing. Farm help needed, temporary, manual labor, room and board included, good pay, muscles welcome. A little desperate maybe, but I figured I'd get a couple of high school kids or some dude with a pickup who wanted cash under the table. Instead, I got Ethan. The message came in at midnight. The photo attached almost made me think it was a prank. Broad shoulders, chest like armor, arms that looked like they belonged to a superhero. He said he was a bodybuilder in training, looking for work during the off-season to stay active and make some cash for his next competition. I hired him on the spot. The day Ethan arrived, I stood on the porch, sweaty from feeding the horses. He stepped out of his beat-up pickup, and it was like the world slowed down. He was wearing a tank top that clung to his torso like a second skin, every muscle cut and sharp, gleaming in the sun. His quads flexed with every step as he hoisted his duffel bag over his shoulder. "Ethan?" I asked, my voice cracking embarrassingly. "Yeah," he grinned, sticking out his hand. "You must be the boss." His hand enveloped mine, calloused and warm. His forearm bulged slightly when he squeezed. I had to stop myself from staring. Yeah, sort of. My parents own the place, but I'm running it this summer." He gave me a lazy smile. "Cool. Just tell me what to do, boss." The way he said that, casual, maybe even playful, lingered in my mind long after I showed him his room in the barn loft. Ethan turned out to be a freak of nature when it came to farm work. Hay bales that would have taken me 3 trips, he tossed like pillows. He carried feed bags on each shoulder like it was nothing. He fixed the barn roof shirtless in the sun, chestnut skin shining with sweat, back rippling with movement as he hammered shingles into place. It was impossible not to watch. At first, I told myself it was just admiration. Who wouldn't admire a body like his? It was a sculpture in motion, living, breathing power. But it wasn't just that. One afternoon, after a particularly grueling day, we sat under the old tree near the pasture. Ethan sprawled out in the grass, his tank top soaked with sweat and clinging to every ridge of his abs. I offered him a water bottle. He took it, tilted his head back, and chugged half of it in one go. The motion made his biceps swell, veins pressing against skin. "You like what you see, boss?" I blinked, caught red-handed. "What?" He smirked lazily. "You've been staring at my arms for 5 minutes." I swallowed. "Just thinking about how much easier you've made my life." That grin again, but softer this time. He leaned back on his elbows and looked up at the sky. "Glad to help. I like being useful, especially when someone tells me what to do. Kinda keeps me grounded, you know?" That comment sat in my head for days. He likes being told what to do. A few nights later, I caught him in the barn gym I'd cobbled together from old equipment. Shirtless, glistening with sweat, he was doing bicep curls with a barbell that would have snapped my arms in half. I stayed in the shadows, watching the veins snake along his arms, the way his pecs danced with every rep. "Need a spot?" I finally asked, stepping in. He looked up, surprised but smiling. "You just like watching, huh?" I flushed, but I didn't deny it. He finished the set, breathing heavy. "You can touch if you want. I don't mind." I hesitated, but my hand reached out on its own. My fingers brushed over the peak of his flexed bicep, hard as stone, warm and slightly damp. It pulsed under my touch. I let my palm slide over his shoulder, the curve of his trap, down to his chest. His nipple twitched as I passed over it. "You're insane," I whispered. "How does someone even get like this?" He looked at me, eyes half-lidded, jaw tight. "I like being admired. Makes the hours in the gym worth it. You can worship if you want. I'm into that." My heart pounded. "Say it," I said quietly. "Say you want to be worshipped." He looked me dead in the eye. "I want you to worship me." That night was the beginning of something deeper than I expected. I didn't just admire Ethan, I honored him. I'd guide him through poses, commanding him to flex his chest, his arms, his abs. I'd kneel in front of him as he stood proud, like a living monument, and I'd trace every line of his body with my hands. He'd flex on command, grunting low with each contraction. And when I praised him, when I told him how godly he looked, how powerful, his whole body would tremble like he was starving for the words. "Harder," he'd whisper. "Tell me I'm strong." "You're not just strong," I'd whisper back, fingers gliding along the ridges of his abs. "You're perfect. You were made to be worshipped." He'd moan softly at that, just from the words, from my touch, from being seen. We didn't talk much about what it meant, not at first. It was just a rhythm we fell into, like the rhythm of farm life. Work during the day, worship at night. But I knew deep down, this wasn't just about muscle. It was about trust, about being seen, known, and honored for exactly who you are. And I was falling for him. Hard. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you spending your time here with me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps a lot. And if you want to see the next part, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it when it drops. I've got more coming soon, and I can't wait to share it with you. Until then, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.